where we will be reviewing the Premier League kits. So I thought I just had this idea for a video where I thought it would be quite fun, quite funny to just review the kits because I hadn't really seen many of the Premier League kits this season. I'd obviously seen a few of them, but not all of them. And then I thought it would also be funny if I got my girlfriend to give her thoughts on the kits as somebody who doesn't follow football, doesn't know any associations really with that many teams or anything like that, or any of the players really. I thought it would be funny to give her. So I got her to go through and give her ratings and some thoughts on the kits, which I'll read out as well. And I'll also give my thoughts on the kits as well. Again, very tongue-in-cheek. So, don't take this to heart if I don't like, or we don't like your club's kit or whatever. Because I think the other thing to remember is you always have an affiliation to your club's kit, your famous club's kit. Most of these teams in the Premier League have played in the same colours pretty much the entire existence of the club. Cardiff potentially being a different one. I think they're back to blue now anyway. But, so it's a thing which gets ingrained in you, but I thought it was fun to get an outsider's point of view who doesn't know about the history behind things and then see what she thinks about it, because obviously my girlfriend doesn't know a great deal about football, but she knows a lot about fashion, so we'll get that viewpoint in there. So first up, and this is just going to go alphabetically, but we have the Bournemouth home kit, which is the classic red and black stripes. It is made by Umbro. You've got the big old Premier League badges on either sleeve there, and my girlfriend says her thoughts on this are basic, pretty much looks like what I'd expect from a footy t-shirt. She called it a footy t-shirt, bless her. Bonus point for the cool tribal design on the bottom of the sleeves, which I'm guessing she means here, which isn't technically a tribal design because it's just Umbro's logo over and over again, but I actually see what she means, and actually it's not the worst shirt I've ever seen. Bournemouth obviously play in a red and black. I mean, whenever you think of red and black, you probably think of AC Milan, so I don't quite think that that's maybe the association necessarily I have with Bournemouth, but I don't think anyone else plays in black and red in the league, maybe even like in the Championship, so they have that uniqueness. Umbro, in my opinion, are not one of the classiest or not one of the best designers of football shirts. They tend to keep it quite simple, and I think they have done with Bournemouth's one, but nice overall. And so my girlfriend gave it 5 out of 10, which she's quite harsh on the score, so 5 out of 10 is not too bad. Bournemouth away. So she says, were they even trying? +1, I guess, for the fancy fonts, giving me French royalty vibes. I guess she means the sponsor here on there. My biggest problem with this kit is it looks like everyone's a captain. I hate kits where you have this really bold outline on the shirt, because it does look like everyone's wearing a captain's armband, and yeah, I'm not a particular fan of that. I quite like the white though, and it looks like it's got a silver stripe on it, so that's quite nice. It's kind of very simple and probably looks quite good with the blue shorts as well. But she gave that one a 4 out of 10. So yeah, not quite as good as the main kit. I prefer the collar on this one though. I don't like the collar on the main kit personally. And then we have the away kit, which, well, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? She said Bournemouth's third kit, she gave it 5 out of 10. These guys are doing the most. Do they really need 3 shirts? Bonus for a fact they decided to have a third shirt. So I didn't explain to her that the clubs always have 3 shirts. So obviously you have your home shirt, you play at home, away shirt, you play away, and then if you go away and your away kit clashes with the home kit, you've got a third kit. Obviously it's kind of more of a money money spinner nowadays, because you could essentially just play your home kit. But anyway, so they've got this really interesting kind of like minty green with stripes. My personal opinion on green football kits is for me, it conjures up too many memories of goalkeeper kits. Back in the day, and I'm really showing my age here, back in the day, all goalkeepers used to wear like this plain green shirt, you know. So whenever I see a green kit nowadays, I just think goalkeeper kit. The exception probably being the Nigerian national team. They're allowed to wear green, no one else. But I think this is quite an interesting kit, and third kits are usually the one where they go the craziest with it, isn't it? Because they're just like, oh, no one will ever see this. And also, if they go crazy with it, they're not going to have a clash, are they? So, you know, I guess that's there. Same, like, theme overall in all the shirts. They haven't changed anything. They've got the umbro around the collar, around the sleeve, sorry. They've got, you know, same badges, everything like that. Stripes on all of them, even though they're different stripes as well. So, some nice continuity there, I would say. And I don't mind that third kit. I think 5 out of 10 is a bit harsh, personally. I think it's alright. Next up, we have Arsenal and their home kit. Arsenal are sponsored by Puma, and they have been for a while, and they've had Puma do some interesting kits, I will say that much. They also have those like super tight kits as well, which I'm not a massive fan of. But yeah, they generally, I think, can look quite smart, their kits, and this is Arsenal's obviously classic red and white home kit. They've had the kind of red and white for many a year, although if anybody does remember the red currant shirt from many moons ago, that was probably one of my all-time favourite football shirts, and believe me, I'm no Arsenal fan, but that was a really great kit, one of the best I've ever seen, and I don't know why they didn't just keep that, but yeah, I always conjure up images of Dennis Bergkamp wearing that kit for some reason, I don't know why. So yeah, it's alright. My girlfriend's thoughts on it, pretty basic. At least they didn't leave the sleeves plain white and added that patterned band. 4 out of 10. I actually dislike the pattern band. Again, like, I don't like a band on a sleeve because who's the captain? I guess they had to do something different though, because otherwise it would look too much like last season's kit. I'm not a big fan of this chest V here either. I'm pretty sure that's an intended thing, not just a light trick or something. But I don't know, there's always been something quite nice about Arsenal kits. I don't know why. As I said, I'm not a fan of Arsenal, so it pains me to say this, but they always do seem to have quite nice kits. I think they've got a really good badge too, you know, really kind of classic badge as well, so they have that going for them. Next up we have the Arsenal away kit. I'm a big fan of this. I like this away kit. I like a purple. This is a kind of blue and purple. I like it a lot. And coincidentally, so does my girlfriend. Arsenal away. The colour palette reminds me of a high fantasy vibe, and I like that vibe. Socks don't match though. I don't know if the socks, is that the lie? I agree, in this red band that they have, why is that there? Like, why? I understand your Arsenal and your red, but that doesn't need to be there. And I think in some of the pictures it looks like it's a light or like a different blue to the shirt, but I think it is the same. So I get where she's coming from with the socks, but I like that shirt. Yeah, she's given it 7 out of 10. I think that's a very fair score for that. The Puma logo is nice and clean on the shirts as well. Interestingly, they don't have like the Premier League logo on their shirts as opposed to here. For those of you who don't know, maybe you don't buy football shirts or whatever, but it's such a rip-off, it honestly is. I haven't bought a football shirt for many a year. I might buy a football shirt this year. When we get to the Crystal Palace ones, I'll explain why. But I might buy one this year. But if you have have like these Premier League logos on it, it costs you like an extra £10 or something like that. And then if you have someone's name on the back, it costs you like another extra like 15 quid or something. It's such a rip-off, it really is. So essentially, I think it's like if you wanted the same shirt that the player wears out on the pitch, it costs you like £75 or something. It's £50, I think, usually just for these on their own, which is outrageous. On there. Also, let's kind of bring up the point of, I love the different publicity shots that they have on there. You know, you have the classic one like this, two players either side, arm folded, like the "we mean business this season." The kind of goofy smile one here, that's the more kind of like, that looks like something out of a Next catalogue here for Joshua King. And then you have the kind of like full on, we're celebrating a goal type of celebrations, which, what makes me laugh about it is that these would all have to be posed in a studio somewhere, so they'd have to get all kitted up with their boots and all clean and everything, and then they'd be all like, it looks like they're like sprayed with water as well to make them look a bit wetter. It's hilarious. And then they have to be like, cheer like you've scored a goal. It just looks so awkward to do this kind of thing, but anyway, I digress. And then we have the Arsenal third kit, which this is a very interesting one. It's very interesting on a design point of view because you have no collar on these two shirts, and all of a sudden you have a polo shirt. Where did that come from? So you have the Arsenal third kit, which is a very minty green. As you said, for the Arsenal third kit, another who think they're super cool and need 3 shirts, I don't think you realised everyone's got 3 at this point, is mint a trend in third shirts. The trend in third shirts is to just do something completely crazy on there. I mean, I guess from a point of view of you don't want to clash with your third shirt, do you? Because that causes a real problem, but, you know, it is a trend. For me, this feels like a training top, doesn't it? More than a football shirt. Like, whereas you have the like tight fit of these shirts, this one looks really baggy on these guys. It just looks like a polo shirt you'd wear around. So it's a bit weird. I don't like this badge on the side here. I don't know why that's there. And the collar is just weird when you don't have a collar on your other shirts. Having said that, I like the colour a lot. I think it's a really cool colour on there, and I like the fact that they made the badge this kind of different silhouette kind of thing, which does add to it looking a bit like a training top rather than a shirt. But I think if they had like the bright red badge, it wouldn't look very good on the mint shirt. So I think they did it alright to change that a little bit. But and it's a third shirt, so no one's going to really care, are they? But yeah. I don't know, half part of me, like if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be tempted to buy this shirt because it doesn't look much like a football shirt. It just looks like you're wearing a polo shirt or something. So I'd be tempted to get that one rather than like, you know, something like an actual nylon-y type football shirt. But yeah, I think the away kit would be the one I would get out of all 3. That's the best one. My girlfriend marked the third kit as 5 out of 10. So yeah, that's there. Next up we have Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion. Classic blue and white stripes here, made by Nike. My girlfriend said, reminds me of a jolly British holiday with the blue and white stripes. Plus, I like Albion. Isn't that in Fable? Yes, it is. She gave that 5 out of 10 though, so I guess she didn't like it that much. It's kind of good that it looks a bit like a deck chair because obviously they're Brighton and Brighton's famous for a beach and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a coincidence. I quite like the little red Nike logo just to give it a little offset accent, and obviously they have their badge with a seagull on it. I mean, personally, seagulls are just really annoying, so I don't know if that's something to be too proud of. But it's a classic, clean kind of kit. My girlfriend gave it 5 out of 10. The away kit, I've already given my thoughts on the kind of goalkeeper green kit. Like, for me that looks like a goalkeeper. I don't understand why you're going green. So inspired by the 1898-99 Brighton United kit. Come on guys, come on, seriously. The first professional football club in the city and forerunner to the foundation of the Seagulls. Listen, you can't turn around and go, oh yeah, it's plain green, but that's okay because we based it upon the 1898-99 kit. Like, you can't turn around and say that. It's just green. It's ridiculous. If they wanted to base it on that, they wouldn't have had a sponsor, would they? My girlfriend, 3 out of 10. Huge downgrade from the home shirt. Yawn. She did not like it. So, yeah. Not a big fan of it. Plus, does it have a collar, or is that just the way it looks in the picture there? Hard to tell. I guess I could make it larger, but I'm not going to. So, yeah. I mean, in terms of kits, they don't do anything fancy, so they're not disgusting. Like, you'd wear that kit with no problem, I think. But they probably are also a little bit, if you compare it to Arsenal, it looks a little bit boring, doesn't it? Looks very kind of like classic Nike, really. Next up we have Burnley. Burnley home kit. She says, 2 out of 10. James Tarkovsky looks funny. The shirt doesn't help. James Tarkovsky, this guy. I mean, his ears are quite big, but I don't think he looks that funny. The funny thing about like Burnley's kit, I was thinking about this today, is that the kind of claret and blue shirt, like, it seems like it should be a very unique shirt because that colour combination you wouldn't see as a classic combination. But you have West Ham, you have Aston Villa, you know, all three big clubs all wear it, so I think it gets a little bit lost, as it actually is. I actually quite like that shirt. I like the fact the logo is keeping in the colour of the shirt, so it has the kind of turquoisey blue. It's another Puma kit, so you get that kind of like Puma styly. And yeah, it's actually alright, I think. I quite like it. She gave it 2 out of 10. I actually quite like it, personally. So, yeah, there you go. Burnley away. I like this kit. This kit is nice. My girlfriend says this is better. I like the black and faded mesh design. Very Detroit Become Human. Yeah, I can kind of agree there. Personally, I think it would look better if they had the same collar as this, as the top one. We moved away from the kind of button collars, and now suddenly they seem to be making a comeback. I don't mind them, but again, it's strange that you don't have that kind of same leeway there. I like the fact that the badge has gone to match the kit as well, and again we have the logo matching the kit. It's that silver. I think that's a really nice kit, actually. I really like that one. I would give it higher than 6 out of 10 personally. I think that's actually a very nice kit. The silver honeycomb on it adds a real difference to it. The fact that it fades through as well is pretty nice. I like that kit. Well done, Burnley. Burnley's third kit, 3 out of 10 she says, and just yeah, it's not the most inspiring kit you'll ever see, is it? Really, plain white. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly Real Madrid or anything like that, is it? So, yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, I mean, it is a third kit, so it's got to be different from these kits, but for me, they could have done something a little bit more interesting, especially as they had such a cool design on the away kit on there. So yeah, that's the way it goes, I guess. Next up we have Cardiff City. Oh, she's done home and away. She said, no matching colours. Where's the uniform in that? Bonus for stripes. So I think she was confused about the goalkeeper kit, maybe. I don't know. The goalkeeper's wearing a different kit, perhaps, on that. But maybe what she means is from the away and home. I'm not too sure. I mean, it's nice to see Cardiff back in blue. If you don't know, they changed to red because of their slightly crazy owner, who thought red was like a lucky colour or whatever. So he changed the kit, even though Cardiff have been blue, and they've been the Bluebirds for many years. He tried to change them to like the Dragons or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. Very boring logo, like kit sponsor, isn't it? their fault. um, but very boring and really takes away from the shirt, I think, as a whole. Just visit Malaysia. Excuse me, there's a plane going over, which, yeah, it's just going over. And there we go. I quite like this goalkeeper kit though. I think that actually looks quite smart. As I said, I'm a sucker for a green goalkeeper kit, and I quite like. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like the away kit at all. Adidas say you get the classic 3 stripes, but what is this going on here? This is like something from the 80s, you know. Don't like that at all. I don't mind the blue stripes with the kind of contrasting blues there so much. It kind of looks smart, but the logo ruins it all. I'm sorry, Cardiff, if the logo ruins it. 2 out, yeah, like 4 out of 10 is probably fair. Next up, we have the mighty Chelsea. So she says Chelsea home and away, 2 out of 10. Reminds me of Ryanair. Ew. So I can kind of see where she's coming from. This kit, like I saw it the other day. I'm not a fan of the kit. The stripes make it look like a bus seat. Do you know when you get public buses, like public transport, they always have those weird patterned seats which are there to kind of hide the dirt and stuff like that, really? Well, this is how this home kit looks to me. Like Chelsea have always played in blue. They have this kind of classic logo. I don't like the fact that there's no real difference around the shoulder area. Like, I feel like that's always a nice touch, or even around the collar. So it looks a little bit bland. But like these stripes, random stripes they've got going on here, not a fan of that at all, I have to say. Takes inspiration from the past kits of the 1980s and 90s. What you mean when Chelsea played in blue, like they always have done? It's like, come on. Chelsea's away is, yeah, not a fan of that either, I've got to say. I mean, there's a nice yellow kit, you know, like a Brazil yellow, and then there's this, and I'm not a fan of this either, sorry, Chelsea fans out there. You know, as I said, you can have like a nice yellow. You can do something different. I like the fact that yellow and blue is kind of like quite contrasting colours, but I don't like that design. I'm sorry. I don't think Nike have done a very good job there. Nike often make quite nice kits, like quite kind of simple, stylish kits, but these patterns they've got going on them, I'm not a fan at all. Sorry. Of these kits. Bonus point though for having Fran Kirby in there, who's a really good player. Women's football is coming on really strong, and she, in my opinion, is certainly one of the best English players we've got right now. She's a really, really good player. Next up, of course, we have the best kits in the league. Now, obviously, I am biased here. As I said, you guys will be biased for your own clubs and things like that. But this is my girlfriend's opinion on it. She says Christian Benteke looks very regal, and the colours look popping on him. 7 out of 10. Yeah, I agree. I like this shirt. It was sponsored by Puma here again. I think it looks nice. I like the little flashes of yellow on it that we've got. I love the fade it has here on the stripes as well. Really like that. I don't think the logo is the nicest thing in the world, especially on the away kit there, but we'll come to that. But I really like this kit, and like I've kind of said to myself, if Zaha stays, I might well get myself a kit with his name on the back on there, if he stays. So Crystal Palace are much better off keeping him than selling him for like 75 million, because then they'll get a shirt sale out of me. Oh, sorry, my headphone just dropped on the floor. The badge of the Crystal Palace badge was updated a few seasons back as well, so I think it looks a lot better. And obviously, it's that classic eagle on it with the Crystal Palace FC. I like the badge, but I really like that kit. Yeah, I think it's nice. The away kit, again, it is based upon a classic. You can see in the background there, the kind of classic away kit. I personally love a good stripe like that, but I don't like the red and blue. I would prefer it to just be red or just a blue. I know that might look a bit like Peru's kit, which I actually do really like, but famous for diagonal stripes, kind of unique against the others at a stretch. That makes me sad. 5 out of 10 she gave it. She gave 7 out of 10 to the home kit, 5 out of 10 for Crystal Palace away. That makes me sad. But yeah, I would get the home kit. The home kit is way better than the away kit, I will say that much. I don't think the away kit's bad or anything. It probably doesn't help that Wilfried Zaha looks like he's about to be hit by a car. He literally looks like he is terrified here, doesn't he? He doesn't smile a lot though, to be fair. Like when you see him in interviews and things like that, he's not one of the most smiliest people. But yeah. Won't this picture look bad if we sell him though? Oh god. I don't think we will, but I don't know. They could have done by the time this video goes up, so if they have done, oh, then literally I'll be just crying in my bed. So there. Everton's kit. Everton have had some classic kits over the year. Again, they've got the Umbro thing with the shirt sleeves. When they have that, and when obviously you know, Bournemouth have that as well, I think it takes something away there a little bit. And also, why the hell have you got Angry Birds on your sleeve? Come on, that's just embarrassing for me. So I think that's one of the worst kits in the Premier League, personally. Sorry, Everton fans, but I think it is. 4 out of 10. My girlfriend said basic AF. Yeah. Not a big fan of that one. Same here for me. I am a bigger fan of the away kit. I like the grey with the pink. It looks quite nice. Again, loses marks for the bloody Angry Birds thing on the sleeve. Like, come on. And I don't get what. Like, okay, fine. I guess you got the grey socks, black shorts, and then a grey and black shirt. But yeah. Again, you've got that weird contrast, haven't you, of no collar and collar. Weird. I guess maybe they want to give fans a choice. I guess some people might hate a collar, and so they do shirts, 2 different ones. I don't know. But my girlfriend was not really too much of a fan of the away kit. She gave it a 5 out of 10. One more than the home, which she gave 4 out of 10. Again, she said basic AF, but props for pink. So got an extra mark for the pink, I guess. I would go with the away kit over the home kit any day of the week there if I was an Everton fan. Next we have Fulham. Ryan Sessegnon in the middle there. Very good player. My girlfriend says, I like the shoulder and collar designs on these, very unique. Plus, B&W looks great, so black and white looks great. There is something kind of classic, I guess, about this Fulham kit and the Fulham badges. I feel like sometimes the Fulham badge looks like something you design on Microsoft Paint. Like, it is overly simplistic, isn't it? It's not really a badge, it's just some initials on there. So I'm not a fan of the badge, but that home kit looks quite smart, I will say that much. And yeah, the black and white is kind of unique. To be fair, the Adidas collar, shirt, shoulders and collar, they had that on like most Adidas kits, don't they? Like, I guess it's a different collar on the Cardiff kit. There, maybe it shows off a little bit more at the black and white on there. So yeah, it's a nice home kit. She gave it 7 out of 10. The away kit, I'm not as much of a fan of. Personally, I don't like this weird design they have going on here. On there, not a big. I don't know why the logo is suddenly yellow as well, but there we go. Next up we have Huddersfield Town, another Umbro kit as well. Umbro got quite a few, haven't they? My girlfriend says props for vertical stripes, very slimming, basic colours, but the cool sleeve design again. Is that a pattern, a football thing? I don't think she quite realise it's the Umbro logo that goes round. Weird that they only have it on the blue bit and not the white. Would have been nice if they'd have switched the colour to blue there. Like, they didn't. I guess because none of the other ones they have has a stripy sleeve, does it? So they don't have like, yeah, they kind of did that there a little bit. Like, it looks a bit weird when they did it there on like Bournemouth's kit. I don't know. I'm not a massive fan. Again, yeah, the stripes look nice. I like that kind of, like the slightly thinner stripe than like say Brighton's on there. But Yeah, it's not bad. So she gave them 5 out of 10 for Huddersfield home and away. I guess they're very similar, aren't they? Just different colours, really. So that's fair. And then, oh my god, that away kit. Whew. She gave it 2 out of 10 and said the colour is vile. Yeah, I'd agree there. Sorry, Huddersfield Town. That is a vile kit. Quite like their badge though. Is this new? I've never seen them with this badge before. Kind of interesting. That is a disgusting kit. I'm sorry. Not a fan of that in any way, shape, or form. I like your away kit the most. Your home kit's kind of a classic-y, but oh god, let's hope you never have to play in that. Leicester City, home and away in third. She gave it a 6 out of 10 combined. She said boring, but the away shirt adds a couple of points. I like the patterns and colour on it. See, I hate that pattern. I think it's disgusting, but I do like the colour contrast on the away kit. That does look quite nice. Home kit is, yeah, it is quite boring, isn't it? It kind of looks like a Chelsea kit, to be honest. Like an older Chelsea kit. Are these like some sort of I don't like this pattern across here. That looks very 80s, to be honest with you. I don't think Jamie Vardy likes it either, or indeed he over here. Kasper Schmeichel looks like he's just smelt a fart, to be fair. But yeah, I don't like that. Don't like the goalkeeper kit either. Don't like that. I like the colours. It reminds me of a classic Man United kit, but otherwise not a big fan. The away kit, I think there was some like big hoo-ha about this, because I think you could literally buy this training shirt, Adidas training shirt, which had the same design, no logo or badge, for like 15 quid or something, and then they want you to pay 50 quid because it's got a Leicester badge on it. Ouch. It is at least a fairly unique design on the third kit, but it's not that nice, is it really? Also, it's just blue and white, which is essentially what the home kit is, just kind of reversed, so it's not that good. Hamzy Chowdhury does look like he's going for a poo right there, standing up, so maybe lose some marks for that. She gave them 6 out of 10 combined. Next up, we have Liverpool home kit. My girlfriend said 9 out of 10. I like Adam Lallana's man bun, and I love the collar, so unique. Extra points for Adam's hair. I just don't think she's taking this seriously, do you? It's a nice kit, like Liverpool classic, kind of red. Interesting they've gone for a collar to wear. We'll see. I'm sure some guys will button it all the way up, some will button it down. I think Adam Lallana's got shit hair, but hey, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I like it. I like the classic. They have a New Balance as their kit sponsor, which I think they might be the only ones who do, and they make some interesting kits on there. And I quite like the little detail of the white on there, and the all white kind of logo and design and stuff. It's a nice kit. Yeah, it's nice. I like red. That kind of red's a nice colour. I like a slightly more burgundy, darker red usually, but that's actually quite a nice red. So, and then we have the away and third. Oh my god, that third kit. Oh, the away and third kit. She said 2 out of 10. Let down after their home shirt. Plus, no Adam Lallana. Does he have social media? I think I might be single by the end of this video. I quite like this away kit. Again, they've got that weird thing where they're switching collar designs between the shirts, but it's quite a nice colour. They've got the purple and orange is quite vibrant, isn't it? A little bit of a flash there, and then the logo. It's alright. I'm not a big fan of the design on it, but there. This is just revolting. This is utterly revolting. Okay, I don't care if it pays homage to the iconic. Excuse me, that's actually my girlfriend texting me there. not dumping me, but just texting me. But yeah, iconic. No. Oh, that's disgusting. That looks like a goalkeeper kit. Don't tell me Shaqiri doesn't look like a goalkeeper there. Because it just does. It's disgusting. Ugh. Also, how big is his neck? It's absolutely huge. Here we go. So yeah, she wasn't a big fan of that either. Manchester City home kit. So 5 out of 10, she said. Basic. Their away kit, super thin stripes are cool. She gave the home and away 5 out of 10. I quite like this home kit. I quite like the design on the sleeves. I think it's not over the top because you have this kind of plain colour chest. I really like that kit personally. I think it looks alright. Interesting collar design. Not too keen on that. Why is there a little button there? That's a bit weird, but otherwise it's overall quite a nice kit. The away kit I'm not as much of a fan of. She quite likes it. She likes the super thin stripe on it, but I'm not that much of a fan on there. It's okay though, and at least it is quite different to the home kit. No third kit though for Man City. That's odd. I think they must be the only ones without a third kit. Very odd. We have next up Manchester United home, or maybe they haven't released it yet. That could also be a thing. Manchester United home and third, so they haven't got an away kit yet. That's weird. Or at least at the time of this article, I guess. So, my girlfriend says, basic. I feel like I say this a lot. Where's the originality? Where's the Gucci? I mean, I don't like this kit. I definitely don't like these black stripes down the bottom. And I was actually thinking about this because of a comment. I was like, how far away do you think we are from a club like Man United signing like a sponsorship deal with like Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana or someone to like design a shirt or something like that, and it just being some utter like disgusting thing. I mean, I guess it's a classic red Man United shirt. It's quite a nice red again, but what are these black stripes down the bottom? No. I feel like that would be terrible if you had a big belly. Like it would really show that off really badly down there. So, I mean, I know that from a footballer point of view, that's not really a concern because they don't have big bellies. But from a average football fan who probably does have quite a big belly, that no, don't like it. As for the third kit, I mean, what even is that? Listen, you've got like the nice kind of like Burnley kit, which does like this kind of like futuristic style design really well. I think it looks really cool. And then you've got the Man United kit here, which I don't know, man. That just looks weird. I think I don't know what type of fabric this is made from. It just looks very strange. It's not bad colours. I like the fact the logo actually matches the badge and stuff, as opposed to how it looks here. That badge looks so ironed on there as well. But overall, it just looks weird, doesn't it? Like the fit and everything just looks weird. I don't know why. Also, it's an Adidas shirt without 3 stripes on the shoulder, which I think immediately looks odd. And then next up, we have Newcastle home, away, and third kit. I gotta say, I think as a collection, this is the best. I really love this away shirt. They used to have a shirt like this a good few seasons ago, and it was really nice, and they've kind of brought it back in a way here, and that is so nice. I like the stripes on the black shirt, obviously the classic Newcastle black and white stripes, and you have the kind of interesting looking blue caraco, or however you say it, third shirt there, which again looks actually really interesting. I think as a whole, that is my favourite kit. My girlfriend says 6 out of 10. I love the maroon and blue one Florian Lejeune is wearing. The gold is popping on the font. The rest are meh. I don't know. I like it. I really like it. If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be tempted to get all 3 of them. Obviously, if I wasn't having to spend 150 quid doing so. But I think they look classy. My only reservation in buying that kit would be the fact that the money goes into Mike Ashley's pocket, and he is an utter disgrace of an owner. So yeah, but overall, really nice kit, I think there. Next up, we have Southampton. My girlfriend says about Southampton, 3 out of 10 for overall. What am I going to say? BASIC. see, basic. I actually really like the Southampton home kit. I like the black collar. I like the collar design of the Under Armour. Are they the only Under Armour? I don't think they are. I think Tottenham have Under Armour. I like that. I think the away kit is a bit garish, especially with the red Virgin logo there. It does look a bit Arsenal-y actually, to be fair, but I like the way they did the stripes on this one. It looks alright actually. I quite like that kit. My girlfriend, 3 out of 10 though. What are you gonna do? And where are we? And the third kit here. I mean, it's just the main kit, isn't it? Like, that's no difference really. Like, it's that instead of white, that's a darker red. That's not a bad looking shirt. Don't get me wrong, but it's a bit of a. It's the same shirt. It's weird. Yeah, odd. But there you go. That's quite a nice shirt. But what's the point of it? You know. Next up, we have Tottenham Hotspur. 6 out of 10. My girlfriend says. I like the colour fading on Harry Kane's kit. Looks good how it fades away, and the colour of the shorts into the shirt. Don't like that blue colour though. I guess she means on here. I like this shirt. I am actually not too much of a fan of this fade personally. And it sounds weird because I'm a big fan of the Crystal Palace fade, but the difference with the Crystal Palace fade is number one is Crystal Palace, but number two it starts higher up, so it starts around there, just below the logos, whereas the Tottenham one I feel starts too low on there. So yeah, because it starts like all the way down there, it looks a little bit weird. Again, you have that weird kind of like tummy situation to emphasise, you know, how big your stomach is on there. I guess not that Harry Kane obviously has to worry about that with Dele Alli. The away kit, I see what she means about the blue. It's a very non-committal blue. In that it's like it's not really like navy. It's not really like a lighter blue. I quite like the sleeve design though, the kind of almost paint drip design. That's quite cool. But I'm not a big fan of this blue, to be fair. But the home kit's quite nice. The shirt sponsor's not that nice though, is it? Oh yeah. Very, very basic. 6 out of 10 she gave that though. Next up we have Watford. Watford home and away. She says, bumblebees are cute. That ugly red font with the black outline actually is disgusting though. Yeah, I would have to agree, that does not look good with the black outline. I don't know what made them think to do that. But yeah, Watford's classic red and black design is, well, it's a classic, isn't it, really? It's pretty cool. Adidas sponsoring it. No, so by the way, I was wrong. I thought Tottenham was still Under Armour, but they're Nike now. So I think Southampton might be the only Under Armour kit in the league, unless they're Umbro. And yeah, it's okay. It's classic Watford, isn't it? Really, that way kit needs to go though. Firstly, it's green, and you know I hate green shirts if it's not a goalkeeper, and it's got that design which we've seen on all those other kits, which is just rank in my opinion. I don't like it at all. And it's got a very Caribbean feel though, doesn't it? Not just, I guess, because you've got Cholaba there, but like it does have a kind of a Caribbean-y feel to that away shirt, so that's quite cool, I guess. Something a bit different. Next up, West Ham home, away, and third. My girlfriend says 1 out of 10. Ooh, not a fan. Not a fan. The home shirt doesn't look very nice. I'm gonna say it looks really plain, doesn't it? It just, I know that West Ham have this classic kind of claret and blue, and that's their colours, but I feel the Burnley claret and blue did it way better if we go all the way back up to Burnley. That just looks much nicer to me than the West Ham kit. Yeah, you've got that weird Umbro like sleeve design that doesn't go all the way around. The away kit's even worse. You've got this blue and the yellow, that's fine, but then why have you got this dark red there? Just go with the yellow. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Away kit, pretty bland. Sorry, third kit, pretty bland. What's these like red bits on the sleeve as well? What are you doing, Umbro? I don't even know. Inspired by the club's first ever third kit. I hate when they go, oh, was inspired by this because it's like, well, you just being lazy. You just looked back at all the other shirts and gone, oh yeah, that season's shirt. Let's just do that again, but with a modern shirt sponsor. And that it's like it's kind of lazy. But yeah, also your socks are way too high. Declan Rice, way too high. Sort it out, man. You're not Thierry Henry. Yeah, 1 out of 10 West Ham. And next up we have Wolves, home and away. My girlfriend says 7 out of 10. I like the gradient colour blocking on the big W, and the colour combinations are nice. I love a good gradient. There you go, 7 out of 10. I quite like this Wolf shirt, I gotta admit, I like it a lot. That's a nice yellow, in my opinion. Well, it's gold, isn't it? But you know what I mean. It's much nicer than the Chelsea yellow. Much nicer, and much nicer, obviously, than, I don't even know how you can call that yellow, but it's disgusting. Who else was yellow? Don't know, but I like that. That's a really nice kit. Perhaps hasn't got the kind of deep gold that you would associate, which you can see on the badge there of Wolves, but I like that. I like the design of the collar with the black and gold. As she says, the logo looks pretty cool. I've no idea what that is. It's probably a betting company, they usually are. But that looks really cool as a kit. I would definitely wear that shirt, no problem. It looks really nice and simple. It almost looks like Brazil 1970 style. I like it. The away kit's also pretty nice. Shades of Fulham a little bit, but you've got that not that nice pattern on there that Adidas are doing, but because it's a little bit fainter, I think it actually works a little bit better because it's white with you know, a slightly white and grey, as it were. It works, and the logo's like that as well. And I like their club badge as well. You know, very simple, but you know it's Wolves, so I like Wolves a lot actually there. So the winner, according to my girlfriend, is Liverpool, and Liverpool's third kit. Sorry, Liverpool's home kit. She gave that the highest mark, which where? Oh, that's Leicester. There, but I think that was just for Adam Lallana. And well, I think as a whole, Newcastle have got the best combo there out of a kit, and then I'd probably go for Wolves home kit as my favourite individual kit potentially, or who else would I go for? If I can't choose Palace, because I'm being biased there, let me know what you think about Palace's kit, because I'm being biased, but Burnley away is the best away kit, I think, in my opinion, and Wolves at home is the best home kit, with a close second of Arsenal's away kit there. But yeah, that's nice. I'd even think about supporting Wolves if they keep up these kits. That's a nice kit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this very, very tongue-in-cheek video. I hope you have enjoyed it on there as well. As I said, it's all been just for fun. Let me know what your favourite kit is, why, or let me know what your least favourite kit is. And if you're a fan of these clubs, you know, let me know which kit you're planning on maybe getting, or you know, if you're not going to get one at all. Always interested to know. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.